What's going on, ladies and gents? Digibus here, bringing you guys today. I've actually completely lost track of what day in Operator Week, but we are back
Fourth
with
day.
fourth day. We are back with more Operator Week with Thunder Spear. What's going on, Thunder?
Not a whole lot. Still really excited.
Excellent, excellent. The fact that we're recording these all in a row. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning. What is sleep? Hashtag thug life. Hashtag heart attack.
Hashtag clays for days.
Hashtag life for days. So today we'll be covering the Hungarian TEK. The faction I've really never heard of, so I guess I'll be interested to see what Thunder Spear's got up in that noodle of his. So to get the formalities out of the way, because that's literally my only job in this damn series. Yes, we are aware of the DLC line for Rainbow Six. We do know that the Japanese are next, and the Brazilians just happened. We know what's going on. These are 100% I'm a little bit tired, I'm sorry. These are 100% fan-made and all done for fun, just for the pleasure of it, because why not? They seem fun. A lot of people enjoyed them. And these are all made by Thunder Spear. If some ideas overlap, it tends to happen when trying to balance things for Rainbow Six Siege. And thank you to our friend Iron Man for assisting Thunder Spear with his work. So without further ado, I'm going to go to a drink of water. Thunder Spear, take it away.
Again?
Shh.
Alright, so today we are covering the Hungarian TEK, and I'm really excited because I actually do have a bit of Hungarian ancestry, so this should be fun. Alright. So, for their weaponry, we have the FN F2000, the AK-63, the DP-12, the H&K P-30, and the AMP-69 compact carbine version. So, moving on to the operators, we have Deadweight with 2 armor and 2 speed. Deadweight has a bit of an interesting ability. When an enemy passes into his gadget's field of view, which can be set on a wall, the device fires essentially a grapple which will then drag a large weight to the attacker's back or chest. And when the back is impacted, the weight can only be removed by a teammate, which is similar to a revive, but the victim can still rotate and fight. If it's on the front, the attacker can basically pull it off themselves. But again, this does take them out of the fight. It's essentially, until the weight is removed, the attacker is slowed substantially. It's about the same rate as barbed wire, so you're essentially moving through barbed wire for as long as that's on. It's very effective for slowing them down and delaying somebody who's going in to grab the hostage, or if it's even great for just making them slow enough to trap them in an ambush, say if they're a shield operator and you want to get a really easy nitro cell kill, or say you have a smoke trap in that area, then all those are good options. Next up, we have Saw, which I have to give credit to Gidry on this one, because he did help me out with this one a good bit. Saw is a terrifying operator. Often silent and almost sounding giddy every time he talks. He's basically just using psychological warfare on anyone that's really listening in. He's actually entirely sane, but again, this is more or less just a way to freak out any enemies that overhear him. His gadget is basically a thermal saw, and this device can manually cut through a reinforced wall, and it's going to drown out just about every other noise in the area, which can include flanking teammates, setting up other breaches, or cluster charges being set up. However, he is vulnerable as he's stuck standing next to where he just sawn through. He's almost like the sledge for reinforced walls. This saw will cut through reinforced walls, but he is vulnerable to flanking maneuvers while cutting. He can put his saw away, but it takes about 2 seconds, so he's usually too late if he realizes he's getting flanked. However, he can also use it as a terrifying, instantly lethal melee weapon, but keep in mind that it does take a moment to spin it up, and it'll also be really loud, so you're likely not going to get too many kills with this unless you're trolling somebody who's in-capped. And holding it will spin it up so you can create some noise to cover your team as you start to cut it down. But you can also use it to cut down barricades, destroy barbed wire, and you can actually cut deployable shields in half. So yeah, nothing is really safe from Saw. and he will actually still take damage from Bandit's shock wire, so you got to be a little careful. Next up, we have Trace with 1 armor and 3 speed. Trace is the defender that hunts the attackers. Equipped with sensor tiles, these little devices are almost invisible because they're really small. Essentially they're... I'm trying to think of what's a good scale. They're about the size of your hand, so they're pretty small, but they're still noticeable. But it'll basically spot any attacker that steps onto them or over them. But while these will not identify the attacker, it will spot the attacker. However, Trace is the only attacker that receives notices about the enemies coming into the area. Trace is also informed of which tile has been triggered, and Trace can then flank and neutralize the target. These are also very effective inside windows and doorways near to areas near the objective, as you'll get an idea of when they're coming in. As I said, they're small and inconspicuous, but not invisible, and they will be destroyed with a single shot from any weapon. They only spot an enemy that moves over them, but will continue to spot them as many times as they pass over. Next up, we have Blaze with 3 armor and 1 speed. He had to figure that somebody like this was coming eventually. Blaze is one of the most destructive and dangerous attackers there are. With 3 armor and a flamethrower, basically he is very effective at clearing out campers. While his weapon has very little fuel, only capable of firing for about 5 seconds, directly impacting a player, hostage, or terrorist will result in a guaranteed kill. Unlike Scorch, Blaze uses a napalm gasoline mix, which allows it to burn really hot, and it doesn't really leave a major lasting deterrent. And any enemies caught in the after flames will catch fire for a short time, only about 3 seconds, but it'll have 10 damage dealt every second, so it'll hurt. And as long as they stand in the fire, 20 damage per second will be dealt. One moment. Sorry about that, I had to cough. The flamethrower has decent reach, but it does take a little bit of time to get to its target, and its maximum range is for 10 meters, and it's reached in about a second. But quick enemies can outrun or dodge the column of fire, but it also limits visibility, which means if you're outside those 10 meters, he doesn't know if he's hitting you or not, and you can just fire right back through the fire. Next up, we have Click, with 1 armor and 3 speed. Click comes equipped with landmines. Click is the only defender that can exit the building during the preparation phase, but if he is outside when the preparation phase ends, his mines are marked and he will be incapacitated. So, yeah, get back in before time runs out. This basically prevents him from camping the attacker's spawn. There is a border outside of the attacker's spawn, so you can't put them where the attackers spawn. Say, like, they spawn in, they immediately land on a landmine. They can be placed inside, but they're more obvious when they're inside, as they do have slight camouflage. But there's no camouflage that really helps them blend into floors, unless it's a concrete floor. And lastly, we have Cannon with 3 armor and 1 speed. Cannon has an underbarrel grenade launcher as his attachment. This device is capable of using 4 different types of grenades, but they must be pre-selected from the loadout screen. It can use frag, impact, stun, and smoke grenades. Impact grenades are the only ones that aren't on a timer, and this means they'll basically explode as soon as they impact a target. Frags, stuns, and smokes will go off after a set timer of 4 seconds. This means that smoke can go off in midair as well as frags or stuns. This device can fire out multiple stories with ease, but it still does have a little bit of drop-off. And direct impact to an operator with a non-impact grenade deals 30 damage. With an impact grenade, it's 120, as probably implied. And that is all for the Hungarian TEK. Moose, why don't you come back in and round it up?
I'm just unmuting everything. So yeah, that was interesting. I got back just in time. We were finishing up some thumbnails, so sorry if I missed a bit, but I did hear a bit of operator that was placing landmines. I'm sorry, I heard something about him running into enemy spawn. Excuse you?
He's not allowed to.
Oh, he's not allowed to?
Yeah, so basically he can really quick book it outside if he's quick enough, and he can set down maybe 1 or 2 landmines. But
So
if he's out, yeah, if he's outside when it's when the preparation phase is on, his mines will be highlighted and he'll also be incapped.
Yeah, but you can't actually run outside in the preparation phase.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
Oh, he's
actually.
allowed to. But
Yeah, he's allowed to.
But he has.
He's the only one that can do it.
So, but how does he get incapped then? I'm confused. Sorry.
Basically, it's got kind of like the detected thing. So as long as he's out there, it's basically the same thing as the detection barriers, except now he gets incapped when that barrier is in effect.
Wow, it doesn't even kill him. It just lets him. Oh, okay. I feel it. All right.
So that way you still have a bit of a chance. So like, let's say you barely made it back to the door, and you're like, hey, okay, I'm 1 foot away, and then you just drop because you just barely missed it. Then you can kind of crawl in really quick and try and get a revive off.
I see. Interesting. All right. Well, I like it. It would definitely bring something new to Rainbow Six Siege, just bending the rules of the game. So we'll see how people go with that. So other than that, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go check out the rest of the Operator videos that have come out. This is Operator Week, Day 4, so go check out the other 3. On Day 1...
And all the ones from before this, yeah.
And those
we've got tons of them.
On Day 1's video, which was the... I can't remember right now. Why can't I remember it? It was the Viking.
Viking us fighting, yeah.
We have a straw poll in the description of that video, so make sure you guys go watch that video, then vote in the straw poll. So you guys can go find out, vote on the last day of Operator Week on what operators you guys want to see come out, and we'll make that happen. The straw poll will end on Friday, so we can prepare Saturday with the video and then have it up for Sunday. Without further ado, Untitled Chapter, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Thunderspirit, for all your continued support. I'm really tired, if you guys can tell. We've been recording a lot straight.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night.
Pretty much. So we'll see you tomorrow for more recording, and we'll see you sexy face in the next episode. Peace.